Well, greetings, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me for a few minutes here as I share with you some of the plans that we have in the upcoming week or so. Uh, First of all, I just want to do a little housekeeping here and let you know that this will be the final installment of my weekly videos as Julie and I wind down our term here at Wenatchee here at the end of June. And so here we're in the middle of it, and things are speeding up for us and the load is getting heavier. And so as we're packing things up and all, it's just going to be more convenient for us not to be able to make these videos. All right. So you can be sure, though, that when the Wenatchee church life is going to remain as active as always. So keep checking for our weekly witness, our weekly newsletter online that comes to you for regular updates and regular news and the things that are happening here. It's sure been fun trying to get my words out and tell you about the things that are coming up. And so I thank you for laboring through these videos that I make for you each week. It's been really enjoyable for me. Well, I should tell you about how this next message is going to conclude my series that I've called Labels, and it'll be part 4, and I'm calling it the Doubter. Now, of course, we've been looking at some of Jesus' disciples who received labels from maybe society or maybe their friends or family members or whatever. In fact, our last ones, the sons of thunder, received their label from Jesus himself, didn't they? And so this one is the doubter. Can you imagine who we're going to be talking about this week? Yeah, I think you know. And our reference for that is John 20, verses 24 to 31. So that's mainly where we'll be this Sabbath as we talk about the doubter. But to tease you a little bit, I wanted to share from James 1, 5 through 8. Listen to this. It says, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given him. But let him ask in faith, with no doubting, for the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea that's driven and tossed by the wind. For that person must not suppose that he will receive anything from the Lord. He is a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways." Wow. You see, doubt can be a dangerous thing, right? And it brings us to that disciple we're talking about this next Sabbath, the disciple that everybody knows as Doubting Thomas. Now, I'm not sure when they started calling him Doubting Thomas, but one source that I found this week noted that it was as early as the 6th century that artwork began to portray what had become known as the incredulity or doubting of Thomas. And that's as far back as I see, is the 6th century, when Thomas started receiving this label as the doubter. It almost seems unfair, though, if you know the story of Jesus and his disciples, it seems unfair to call Thomas the doubter when all of them doubted Jesus, just as much as Thomas did, very often. But only Thomas got that label. Why? What was different about Thomas? What did Thomas do or say that was different than all of these other disciples and other followers of Jesus that earned him that label? Well, I have an idea, an educated guess, and I'm going to use it as this Sabbath as a springboard into our lesson about doubt, all right? And how we can relate to Jesus and how we can be doubters and what we should do about that, all right? So that's my message for this week. I hope that you'll be able to come as we conclude this series. Now, just a few other items. Wanda Smith passed away last weekend, or I should say last Friday, early in the morning. And we are going to have a memorial service for Wanda this next Tuesday, the 14th at 11 a.m. right here in our sanctuary. It'll be followed by a light lunch. So I hope that you can plan to stay by. And if you're not working, or if you're able to take some time off of work, whatever, if you remembered Wanda, it would be great to come and support Wanda's family as they remember her in this short service at 11 a.m. Tuesday the 14th. All right? And then, of course, you know that you should know by now that our dear sister Christine Crace passed away, the day or so before her, before Wanda did. And Christine's memorial service, there will be one, we understand, but the family is still trying to work out just when that can be. They're looking at probably a Sunday afternoon, and we're trying to work that out. And so that hasn't been determined yet. We're hoping to be able to do it before the end of June. So we'll find out. We'll let you know immediately once we are sure when we can have a memorial service for Christine. However, you know, if I was able to do it, I would kick myself, because last Sabbath, as I announced about Christine, we mentioned it in the bulletin, but I didn't actually speak to it, and that is her family members who are responsible for her final expenses just can't afford it. And one of our members, Michelle Ballou, has set up a GoFundMe account, and we want to help. Julie and I have gone on and we have donated. A number of others have donated so far onto this GoFundMe account. I think you might be able to find the link in our newsletter. Otherwise, you can contact me and I'll send it to you somehow. But there is a GoFundMe account it's called the Christine Crace Memorial Fund. And to this moment of my recording, there are 10 donors who have donated a total of $900. We need $3,000. That's our goal, $3,000. So let's get this done. If you haven't done it yet, and please pull together as a member of this church body and do your part, whatever you can do. Even $10 would be helpful. It all adds up, doesn't it? So let's pull together and let's erase this debt and help pay for Christine's final expenses. I think it's the least we could do, all right? Thank you for doing that. Then I want to tell you that potluck is this week. It's the second Sabbath of the month, and we'll have a potluck this week. And I think there's another potluck being planned a couple weeks after that, sort of a going away, a farewell potluck for Julie and me, which is we're grateful for. But set that aside and just focus on this potluck for this Sabbath. We hope you can bring your vegetarian option for our vegetarian meal. An entree, a salad, some bread, whatever. Bring it as prepared as you can so that we can minimize congestion in the kitchen. Just bring it and turn it over to the kitchen crew. I want to thank the Gable team for operating our potluck this week. And so we'll plan to stay by after church this Sabbath and just enjoy some fellowship as we break bread together. All right? Then, after potluck, you'll get a little bit of a reprieve and go home and relax and rest, but then get your lawn chairs and get your ice cream toppings and come on down to Riverfront Park. We're going to have our first ice cream and lawn chair get together down at Riverfront at 4 p.m. this Sabbath afternoon. We'll provide the ice cream. All you need to do is bring yourself or bring a lawn chair or a blanket. We'll meet under the big trees down there. If you've come before, you know where it is. But if you don't, just go from the church. You would go down 5th, all the way down to the end. There's a roundabout, and turn left or go north on that little road, and then turn into the parking lot. We're about a football field away from 5th, over on the right, under the trees. And we like to put some pinwheels out. So if you see some spinning pinwheels out there along the curb, that's where we are, and we're under all the big trees. It's a wonderful time that we love to share. And this will be the first one of the summer, and I'm sure that someone will carry this on, off and on during the summer. And so we just want you to know about that. And then I need to tell you, this one is timely because you need to do something by this Thursday if you want to if you want to take advantage of this. The ABC truck, the Adventist Book Center truck, will be delivering pre-orders to Cascade Christian Academy right here on our campus on Sunday. Well, this Sunday, the 12th, at 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. And to get your order in, you need to do it by this Thursday, the 9th. All right. And if you're accessing this through our newsletter, this information should be in the newsletter for you. But I'm just going to tell you the phone number in the event that you've got this video another way. It's 509-838-3168. And you can back this up if you want that again. Or you can email them at abc@uccsda.org. Again, no later than this Thursday, June 9. All right? And, you can order your frozen vegetarian foods. You can order certain books. They're having a sale. You might get the emails about their sales that they have. You can just find out all of this information that way and make your order as soon as you can by this Thursday. Very shortly after you're seeing this video, I'm sure. All right, that's all I have for you. God bless you. This is my last video for you, and that's a blessing for some of you who enjoy watching me trip over my words. I'm not really good at this, but it gets kind of fun sometimes. But God bless you. Have a great rest of the week. I hope to see you at church this Sabbath.